Hello and welcome back everyone. Today we are going to start lesson number 4 and 5 of chapter 11, and lesson number 4 and 5 are about concept, causes and effects of child labor. So after finishing this lesson, we are going to learn about the definition of child labor, the prominent causes of child labor in Bangladesh, and the effects of child labor. So let's get started. A good concept of child labor is very important because you have to differentiate between what is child labor and what is child work. It's not the responsibility of just a child, but for all to know about child labor. Okay, so what is child labor? Child labor refers to the exploitation of children through any form of work that deprives children of their childhood, interferes with their ability to attend regular school, and is mentally, physically, socially, and morally harmful. So you might get confused with the extended definition of this child labor. So for a better understanding of child labor, just remember, child labor refers to work that is mentally, physically, socially, or morally dangerous and harmful to children, and interferes with their schooling by depriving them of the opportunity to attend school, obliging them to leave school prematurely, or acquiring them to attempt to combine school attendance with excessively long and heavy work. In short, we can say the work which is dangerous and harmful to children and the work which is against children's rights, those are considered as child labor, right? Moving on to the next slide. Well, like I said before, you have to know the difference between child labor and child work. I mean, not every work is against children, not every work is child labor. Children can do certain work, certain domestic work, or any kind of work that is not dangerous and violate their rights. So every child has to do some works that is not harmful, rather that is helpful for better living for himself and for his family. For example, a child can help the parents or their family members by doing any work. The child is not forced to do these works. Children of same age can form a team among their neighbors. Like being a child, you can sweep the floor, you can take out the garbage, you can set the table, you can clean the table or clean the dishes and dry the dishes. So these are little work that is not against child rights or that is not dangerous. So you can obviously, being a child, can do this sort of work. Alright. The next slide is about child labor in Bangladesh. If the children faced with danger, risk, exploitation and deprivation in working for earning money, that work is called child labor. In Bangladesh, child labor is prohibited. Now, what sort of child labor is seen in Bangladesh? The first one is children of our country are doing domestic work in other people's house. So this is very familiar scenario in our country. Mostly young girls do this type of work, domestic work in other people's house. The second one is working in different mills and factories. For example, making churi, biri, cigarette, battery, shoe, etc. The third one is children are also working in chemical factories, lead and wielding machines. Number 4 is many children work as helper of bus and tempo. And this is mostly a common scenario in Dhaka city. Last one is some other children look for sellable materials from the wastes. They try to pick up plastic bottles, iron materials and other things which can be sold later to the other people. Now you may be wondering, what are the causes of child labor? Why do the children need to work that hard or those dangerous work? The answer is there are many reasons behind child labor. First one is because of economic insolvency, many guardians are compelled to send children to work instead of sending them to school. You know, if you have money, you can buy everything. Now you can deny the fact that money cannot buy happiness. But apart from happiness, money can buy almost everything. So the economic insolvency is a huge factor for child labor. Those guardians who don't have economic solvency, they have to send their children to work. Secondly, if parents are sick or separated, sometimes children are compelled to earn money. Children are being exploited in household work or in brick fields as children work at low wages. Well, this is a huge factor for child labor. In South Asian country, people work at low wages, and if the children can be used in factories or mills or any sort of work, then their wages is very low, so you can actually exploit them. So that's how they are being exploited every now and then and everywhere. Children are being used in risky jobs, dangerous work, and they don't pay heed to their health issues too. Fourth one is, because of devastating natural disasters, many children drop out from school and work as child laborers. Bangladesh often is seen with natural disasters, and if the people are in riverside areas, they often see storm, river erosion, and for these natural disasters they often get affected badly. So children drop out from school and work as child laborers in most of the cases. The fifth one is, guardians' discriminatory treatment towards male and female children also turns female children into child laborer. Like if parents have 3 children, 2 of them are boys and 1 is girl, then they think the girl should not be educated. So in most of the cases, the girl is deprived of education and other rights, and she is often seen doing child labor. This type of discrimination also causes child labor. These were the prominent causes of child labor in our country. So now let's know the effects of child labor. The first one is, risky labor is harmful to children's physical and mental health because they can often get injured in the risky labor. The second one is, because of excessive labor, they are attacked with infectious diseases. Third one is, a kind of mental reaction is created among the child laborers when they see same-age children going to school, playing and going on and outing with their parents. They also crave for these. So inferiority complex in the minds of children results from unfulfilled demand, because they cannot enjoy such kind of behavior from their parents and they cannot play with their friends too. Fourth one, children cannot demonstrate their normal behavior. They lose their esteem for the society and its people. In our country, we see many young boys and girls doing criminal activities because they don't have the esteem in themselves. They don't have respect for the society and its people because they don't have the normal behavior in themselves anymore. Next, a sort of ferocity and aggression is created on the minds of children. These children may become passionless, fearless, and terrible. Like I said, they can be seen doing criminal activities. Lastly, development of a child laborer is affected by malnutrition, sleeplessness, and restlessness. When a child is doing risky labor and dangerous work, they cannot sleep properly, and this is quite sure that they are often seen restless. Moreover, they cannot have nutritious food most of the time. Though child labor is prohibited in our country, we have to make sure that no child is involved in risky and dangerous work. Otherwise, we cannot think of a beautiful world keeping the children involved in child labor. So we should refrain this sort of work from our society. So students, that was all for today. I will see you in the next class. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Allah Hafiz.